I've been hauling motorcycles along with riding them, but hauling them also for the better part of 40 years. And when I first started, the only game in town was Pingle, and that was the only chalk really that was available. That was it. Now there's all kinds of them, some really nice ones, but Pingle has been my go-to chalk for quite a while. Well, with a Pingle chalk, which is, that's a Pingle chalk. You put the front tire in that chalk, and there's a second one sitting there that would go to my bike. But you put the front tire in that chalk, and then you collapse the shocks, and that way the bike doesn't vibrate and bounce. This is a quick release. They're mounted, and I got to take these out because I bought different chalks. I bought some nice chalks. There's the front piece where this little screw would hold it in place and keep it from moving. Here's the tie downs, one in the front. But I pulled it down so hard that I've pushed this board down, and the floor is starting to cave in right here from the pressure of the shocks on the floor. So anyways, if you don't want your bike to fall over while you're transporting it, you have to collapse the shocks. And if you don't, the bike will bounce up and down just like it's on the road, but the little hooks sometimes jump off, and the bike is left unrestrained. And I've seen the consequences of that on many bikes at rallies. People who have trailed something, didn't tie it down properly, and their bike comes loose, and just, I mean, show bikes damaged. It's crazy how much damage gets done when a bike is left unrestrained in a trailer. And on an enclosed trailer, you don't know. An open trailer, you see it pretty quick and you can stop. The better thing to do is just collapse the shocks. Well, I see what it's doing to the floor, and I thought about putting a piece of plywood underneath the bike to reinforce the floor. I didn't like that because now it changes the dynamics of the Pingle. It changes the design feature. It raises the bike up an inch, 3/4 of an inch. I don't want to change it. And I've been looking for an excuse to buy a nice chalk. They have chalks that you can use in your garage, and I'll show you what I got. But anyways, I'm going to get on with cutting these little Pingle attachments off so that I have room for the new chalk, which will distribute the weight across a greater area, and that should solve my problem. Here's the problem. This is where the little Pingle attachments come through, and then this is the floor right here. You can see how it's given up. I mean, it's going to collapse. Well, the new chalks came yesterday, and it was almost dinner time, and I didn't feel like working on it yesterday. So I waited for morning, and here I am, and now it's time to install them. Let's take a look at these things. So this Wheeldock has got two different models, I imagine for the thickness of the front tire. One thing I forgot to check is there a beam across there on the bottom? And I think that, you know what? There's like one beam here, one up there, and of course I gotta hit it. I think I hit a beam. Okay, one down and one to go. And then I gotta go underneath and install those nut plates. So I gotta get a hammer. I did go through a metal beam. Damn it, James. So here's my dilemma. This is what I've done. Drilled right into that stud. So I gotta trim off some of this nut so that it'll fit on there. And actually, maybe I can just use that stud that's this to lock it, because it's right against it. I don't think I've got to do anything other than cut off a couple of feet. which will be, yeah, I'm going to have to put another screw in still. So I got to cut off 3 feet. Where are you? 3 of these little feet that lock it into the wood. I'm going to have to cut 3 of them off and then screw it into this to hold it so it doesn't fall out when the bolt is taken out. So I'll be back. I'll show you how I'm going to cut it off. I need a vise in this trailer. I got to cut this piece. The little ears on it that stick into the wood, there's metal that it's going to go into now. They got to come off. It's too big around, so I got to cut one side off because of all the real estate underneath there. I had to find a metal cross brace. And it's a 3-handed operation, so let's have some fun. Here we go. For the moment of truth, and you guys already know, did it stay? Ah! It didn't. Okay, so now you see some of the trials and tribulations of working by yourself. Oh, one of the painful aspects of aging. You get CRS, can't remember stuff. I think that screw is what my problem is. I think this is my dilemma, and that means get the grinder out, cut this damn thing off, and be done with it. Looks like it's got a little square spot right here. There we go. That's not going anywhere. And it feels like it needs to go up a little more on this side. There's my hammer. Yo, hammer. Yo, Vinny. There you are. I think that's good. I think we're good. Top side. And put the screw in. Or the bolts. Bolts. Nice. That'll work. That will work. No kickstand necessary. If you haven't already, please like, subscribe, and comment. And if you don't like it, tell me why you didn't. What could I do better? Thanks.